Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at the 11 worst design fails in the world. So, things are being designed all the time. Every chair you sit in, every step you take up a stair, it's all been designed. But sometimes these designers mess up pretty badly. So here are some hilariously bad designs that people encountered in the world. But first, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too? Coming in at number 11, we have plastic bags. So we all know there are some pretty bad things going on with plastic bags right now. People are trying to ban single-use plastics, saying they're polluting the oceans. So to raise awareness of this, National Geographic produced an entire magazine all about it. Their cover image and title was all about plastic polluting the ocean. As you can see in Spanish, it actually says Ocean of Plastic. There's only one problem though, their magazine came in a plastic bag. That's right, that's how they delivered these National Geographics. They're literally complaining about plastic bags on the cover, then they give you one when you buy their magazine. This makes no sense and is pretty hypocritical. I'm sure this was a mistake, but it is pretty funny how badly they messed up. Coming up next is glass stools. So when it comes to a public restroom, you want one thing: privacy. Now, if you go to the USA, many bathrooms will have massive strips in between them, not giving you any privacy. But this bathroom takes things to a whole new level. As you can see, instead of making it out of the regular plastic, this designer decided to get pretty creative. So he literally made the bathroom stalls out of glass. That's right, you can look to your left and right and see everyone else doing their business. Just imagine some weird guy waving at you as you're doing your business. I really hope no one uses these, as that's just too weird. But let me know guys, would you use these if you had an emergency? Personally, I don't think I'd ever use them under any circumstances ever. Next up is coloring book. So when your kids are being annoying and hyperactive, what better way to get them to calm down than by giving them a coloring book? They can just spend hours scribbling away, coloring in things. But Disney made one pretty big mistake when they released a 101 Dalmatians coloring book. You may be thinking, what's wrong with that? It's just a popular kids cartoon, right? Well, think about it. What color are Dalmatians? Black and white, right? So there's literally no way you could color these in. I guess you could do some random coloring job and just color them random colors. But that kind of defeats the point of a coloring book. I think this is such a big design fail by Disney. They're said to have the best designers in the world, but they couldn't even get a coloring book right. Next up, we have disabled toilets. So we already saw one terrible toilet which had no privacy. But if you're disabled and want the toilet, you need one thing: accessibility. Well, as you can see, this toilet fails at the first hurdle. You can tell by the door that it's for disabled people, like people in wheelchairs. But to get into this thing, you literally need to be able to walk. That's because there's stairs going up to it. There's not even a wheelchair ramp. You need to walk up to it if you want to use it. This is such a fail, and I'm not sure how the architect didn't spot this. Maybe the guy's got something against people in wheelchairs and he didn't want them to do their business. But I don't know guys, is this messed up or funny? I think it's probably a mix of both. Coming up next, we have Saudi skills. I'm sure we all have many cheap keychains from companies. Every time you go to a company seminar or networking event, you seem to get a keychain. Well, as you can see, one day someone got a keychain from a company called Saudi Skills. This is some kind of recruitment company based in Saudi Arabia. But unfortunately, when you pull out the USB from the casing, it makes up two words. And those words are Saudi's kills. This is very unfortunate considering what's been going on very recently in Saudi Arabia. Who knows, maybe this was intentional and the designers wanted to troll Saudi Arabia. But this is one incredibly bad design. Maybe the people giving them out didn't see this as they speak Arabic. But to any English speakers, they saw how bad this really looked. Next up, we have a walled escalator. Escalators are supposed to make going from A to B much easier. Instead of climbing upstairs, you can just stand there and it takes you right to the top. Or in this case, slap bang into a wall. As you can see, this escalator leads everyone right into a brick wall. This would still be a bad design flaw if it was stairs. But I'm wondering how you stop after you reach the top of this and smash into the wall. Do you just have to keep going and run on it like a treadmill? This is a seriously bad design, and I'm not surprised no one's been hurt by this. From the looks of the guy in the picture, he looks like he's been pretty injured by smashing into this wall. I'd really like to see someone try and escape from this, as it looks very difficult. Next up is Alec Baldwin. So we all know Alec Baldwin is famous on SNL for his Trump impression. But there's just one problem. Some people seem to take it a bit too literally. It seems one reporter from the Dominican Republic isn't too great at world news. That is because they used a picture of Alec Baldwin as Trump. That's right, they were not referencing Alec Baldwin or SNL whatsoever. It seems this guy literally thought this was Trump. To be fair to them, when you type in Trump on Google Images, it does come up with Alec Baldwin. Maybe this guy just didn't like Trump and he decided to troll him by putting a picture of Alec Baldwin. But in reality, I think this is just bad design and they must have got confused. Next up is Stairway to Nothing. So we've already seen the escalator that leads to a brick wall. Well, here is something very similar with some stairs. As you can see, if you walk down these stairs, you'll be met with nothing but a brick wall. It seems they didn't build a way for you to get out of the stairs after you go down them. This girl very hilariously ran at the wall like some kind of video game character. But in reality, I would be so baffled by this, and it's definitely one of the worst design fails I've ever seen. And finally, to round off this list, we have Lost in Translation. So one day a guy went to a Chinese airport and he got lost. But don't worry, because in the Chinese airport they had a very helpful sign to guide the guy. As you can see, it said something in Chinese and the English translation was "You are here." Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious and I doubt that's what the translation really means. It's like those funny t-shirts that don't quite translate right, but it just makes them even more funny. But guys, this is definitely the least helpful sign I've ever seen and it's definitely a very bad design. I guess that's where learning Chinese really does pay off. Maybe the sign is made for interdimensional travelers. Either way guys, that was 11 hilariously bad design fails. If you guys want to see a part 2 to this video, then be sure to comment down below and I'll get working on it right away. Check out the poll in the top right corner to vote for the most hilarious and terrible design fail on this list. I think it's the National Geographic plastic bag. They're literally complaining about plastic bags while adding to the problem. Anyway guys, be sure to check out my second channel for some life hacks. There'll be a link to that on screen in a moment, so why not check it out and subscribe. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on the screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.